Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sunday Spotlight Zoom call. We are Dr. Don D. Marcy Nettles. We've got
Hey
some
guys.
great things for you tonight, all around what to expect on the GLP-1 mind-body system, because it's really important to know what to expect. And corporate has really put it together for us in stages or phases, and we're going to go over all those today. But before we do, should we tell them about this YouTube channel?
Yes, we should
We should.
again because what we do over and over again is a clue, guys. It means it's important. So if you are not yet subscribed to the Team Freedom Range YouTube channel, please do it. Go do it, because what it's going to do is it's going to give you resources and information that you need at any given time to be able to go to provide for prospects, to provide for new team members, and we upload new content every single week. So this QR code will take you directly there. Subscribe, ring the bell, make sure you're getting notifications so you know when we upload new contents. All right, so week at a glance, what we got going on this week. So obviously tomorrow's Monday, and we all love Mondays, but the reason why I really like it is because LifeVantage sends out the Monday Momentum email every single week. If you're not receiving it, make sure that you're checking your settings in your back office, that you're receiving emails from corporate as well as from your upline, because you could be missing out on some really important stuff if you're not getting those emails. So tomorrow that email will come out and it has all the details of the announcements of what you need to know for this week, because this is a special week, right? So we will still be having on Tuesday the Momentum Live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. The details for the Zoom to be able to join live will be in the email tomorrow, as well as they will upload the recording into the US LifeVantage Consultant Facebook page. On Tuesday night, there is also the LifeVantage overview. This is LifeVantage, and normally it is every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, but Thursday this week is Thanksgiving, and we want you to enjoy your family. So happy Thanksgiving from our house to your house. We want you to know that we are so grateful and absolutely thankful that we are on this journey with each and every one of you. We are so blessed to know that what we have to share with people is making an impact and making a difference in individuals as well as families' lives around the globe. So happy Thanksgiving to every single one of you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Oh.
we're going to be on this. Go ahead.
So the Norwegian Bliss Alaska cruise. And as Marcy said, yes, we are stating, we're planting the flag. We will be on this cruise. Please come join us. Make the decision. If you haven't made it already, make it now, because this is going to be amazing, especially since it's going to be in August. And it's going to be like 115 to 199 degrees here in Arizona, probably. So we definitely want to be there in cooler weather where we can see orca and all kinds of stuff. We can free Willy.
We can do all this stuff.
Yeah, so make a plan.
Willie's already free.
Yeah, he's already free. We could free Willie's.
Oh, maybe we should go to
ancestors.
San Diego and we should have this big old breakout session and get the whales out and take them to Alaska with us. All right, maybe not, but I think it sounds good. But yeah,
we can still go to San Diego though.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so back
back on track.
To the topic. So recording of the qualification. So Marcy made an incredible video about this. So go check it out. It's on our Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Go check it out. On the Facebook page, it's under featured, but go check out this video. It's pretty awesome. And then actually see yourself in one of those portals looking out.
Yeah, who's going to go? Who's going to earn this trip? Let us know in the comments if you are putting that stake down and you're going to earn this trip to be able to go to Alaska with us and with the rest of those consultants that qualify. It's only 300 points that you need to be able to have a cruise for two, right? And it's a week-long cruise. So paid for by corporate. We want you there with us. So let us know in the comments if you are committed to running for this cruise.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
That cruise line. If you guys have ever been on a cruise, cruise is an experience of overindulgence because it's nonstop 24/7 food. And so most of the people you can tell if somebody who's like a regular cruiser, and I'm not criticizing, I'm just being observant. So imagine what Norwegian Cruise Line is going to be in line with a few hundred, maybe even 1,000 or two LifeVantage people all talking, all trim and svelte and all GLP-1 activated. what if they just have like all kinds of food left over at the end of this cruise? They're going to go, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, it's those LifeVantage people. We're going to get everybody like totally activated.
Yeah, well, we're going to be able to allow more people on the ship because we're going to be so much lighter. They're going to be able to have more people on because of the weight limits that
Right.
the ship can
Man,
have.
that's
Because
awesome.
we're all going to be like in our amazing, amazing shape, right? When we go on this cruise. Awesome, Patty. I'm so glad that you are committed to going on this cruise. That's fantastic.
Wait, we didn't even talk about this.
Nope, we
That
haven't
totally
yet.
disrupted our flow. So let's talk about the season of sharing. Corporate has us like totally taken care of. So for the whole month of November on Mondays, you will get 3 consultant and 1 customer discount codes, the 10% off codes. Why? Because they want you to build your business. This is the season of sharing. People are going to be talking about what they're thankful for. How many people are going to be thankful for you that you reached out to them, offered them a 10% off code, and as a result, they are now thinner.
Oh,
Have you guys
gosh.
seen that Stephen King movie? Don't go watch it.
Don't
It's
go watch
crazy.
it. It's
But
a waste
anyway,
of
that was
time.
total tangent right there. But this is the season of sharing, and corporate has us taking control. So every Monday, if you have a subscription set up, that's the key. If you have a subscription set up, make sure you're checking because you're going to be getting those 3 codes. 3 codes for consultants and 1 code for customer. That's 4 total.
And they are only good for a week. So the ones from this last Monday, they expire tonight. So if you haven't used them yet, get out there and use them. And then tomorrow you will be given more to be able to use throughout this week. This is the final week that we're going to be getting these free discount codes. So take advantage of them. Help people get started. Help people start a home-based business. I mean, first of all, that can be helping them with their New Year's resolutions and making more money in 2025. It can be helping them for 2024 tax deductions. It can be helping them with their New Year's resolutions of losing weight. I mean, you guys would be helping people big time, hugely, bigly, by helping people get started with these discount codes. All right. So this is the final week. Now, I had a question for you guys too, because this is Thanksgiving week. Do you guys also know what this week is? What comes after Thanksgiving? What's the day after Thanksgiving?
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Do any of you go out shopping on Black Friday? I don't. It scares me actually to go out into those crowds. When I was an officer, I had to work some of those crowds, and it's not a whole lot of fun because people get crazy, right? But what can we do on Black Friday to get creative, maybe with our customers, our current customers, or with new people that have not started with you yet? What could you think of that you could do on your own? Because this is what LifeVantage is offering right now for the month of sharing. They gave us the whole month of these discount codes for people. And so what could you do yourself? For me, I'm thinking, okay, so what if we offered like a sample bag of Axio where they got to maybe get 5 or 10 sticks of Axio for every new customer that signed up. Or maybe you have shaker bottles that you'd love to give somebody a shaker bottle as part of a Black Friday deal that you wanted to run yourself. Or how about our hand creams? Our hand creams are amazing. And what a great investment. It becomes a tax deduction because you're using it as a promotion for your business as well. If you purchased a bunch of those hand creams and you use them as an extra incentive for people to get started on Friday or Saturday or Sunday over the Black Friday, Black Week, whatever they call it. I don't know, the shopping frenzy that happens around Thanksgiving, right? So just be thinking about that way because this is your own business. And so you have every right in the world to be able to do promotions. Right? And keep in mind that they're tax deductions. So even if you didn't have, if you used the 10% off code for customers, what if you offered a 10% off rebate, right? Because you make that much off of the products that they order plus some, right? And so you could, to be able to get a new customer on subscription, giving them a 10% rebate and send them the 10% via Zelle or Venmo, whatever it is that you want to do. Just remember that people want to spend money this coming week and weekend. And so why not have it be with you? So get loud, be proud of the products that you have to offer, and get creative. Come up with some sort of fun incentive or promo that you can offer your own personally sponsored customers and consultants that are getting started with you this week. I'm just saying, it's a good idea. All right, so next, Global Convention, April 2025. It's going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's going to be very brisk and cold still then at that time, but make sure that you have got your registration in They have extended the early bird. It's $159 per person. And if you are a new consultant that got started on the multiplier or you got started on the business pack, you actually have 2 tickets, right, that came with those packs. And so that is such a high value. Another reason why to promote those 2 packs is because that's a, gosh, $318 value right there off the top that they're getting for free. It's 2 tickets to the next corporate event, and Global Convention is the next one we have coming up in April. So make sure that you are personally registered. Make sure that you've got your room booked and your hotel, or I'm sorry, your flight booked as well. But remember, focus this last week of the month. How many of the tracks can you earn, the Rise Era tracks? Because you can get travel vouchers, whether it's for a hotel or Airbnb, or it's for flights, Delta or Southwest. You can be earning these vouchers that can help you get to Global Convention. I mean, basically, you could earn enough between now and then to be able to pay for your room, pay for your flights. So just make the commitment and get registered today, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Make a decision.
Yeah, go. So the days that you want to make sure that you are there is, if you can, I would say come in on Wednesday so that you have the opportunity to go over to the corporate office, take an office tour. And then if you have someone, or if you are someone that's involved with Asia Pacific, they're doing their celebration that night on Wednesday, the 23rd. Then Thursday, the 24th, they will still be doing office tours, as well as the store will open and you can start getting your registrations taken care of. If you are an MC3 or higher, or hey, because you will be an MC3 or higher by the time Global Convention comes around, make sure that you plan on being at the leadership meeting that is from 2 to 5 p.m. on that Thursday. And then that night is the welcome party for everybody. So you most definitely want to be in no later than morning of Thursday the 24th. And then Friday the 25th, we're going to have general session 1. We're going to have our legacy project for LifeVantage Legacy, then general session 2, and then that night the executive consultant reception and recognition gala. And then Saturday the 26th, again, healthcare professional meeting and general session 3s and 4. So it's going to be a packed agenda. Make sure that you make your travel arrangements accordingly so that you can be there for everything.
Yeah.
You don't want to schedule your flight to leave too early because you do not want to miss any part of this event. Global Convention is always just amazing and inspirational, and you'll meet people that you'd never get to meet because they're coming in from other countries, because that's what Global is. It's for all the countries. All of them.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. So go ahead.
And here we are. What to expect with the Mindbody GLP-1 system. So when you start taking this and start using this resource right here, we were wondering when it was going to come out. I'm so glad it did. And it is an amazing tool. So think about this. Every person who is your customer or who is your consultant and they are starting the Mindbody system, when it's back in stock, and oh my gosh, we are so looking forward to that, make sure that you give them the what to expect or share with them the resource. And there's also a start guide on that. So utilize the tools because it's going to answer a lot of questions. It's going to set the proper expectations, and it's going to give people, what is it called? What to expect. It's going to give them the proper mindset going into this, especially when people, what do? People are observing. People are looking at the influencers on social media. They're looking at the social media posts. They're looking at the official LifeVantage consultant page, and they're reading what people are doing. And guess what they're doing? They're evaluating their experience. How do I know this? Because the kind of questions we've been getting lately. Everybody's focused on, well, is this working for me? I got this and all this stuff. So this right here will be such an effective tool, so much so we did the entire topic tonight on this. So isn't that cool? That was a high five one there.
No, I just thought it was really important for us to just break this down and make sure everybody understands it clearly, because way too many people in less than 30 days time are saying they are so discouraged, or this isn't working for them, or I've gained weight and I'm just so upset. I thought I'd lose 50 pounds by now. They didn't say that, but that's really kind of the mentality of it, the mindset of it, right? And what we have to understand is that the mind-body system is not just for weight loss, right? Yes, that's a benefit of the mind-body system, but the mind-body system is all about generating a healthy lifestyle that starts with healing.
So true.
Yeah.
Right.
So why would we need to be healed? It's because we have done things over and over and over again, maybe yo-yo diets, all kinds of different things that maybe have damaged our gut health, maybe have damaged our microbiome and the way our mind, body, or I'm sorry, our gut and brain are connected, right? And so we have to go through the processes of getting rid of the old and moving into the new. So are you ready to move on to the next slide?
I'm ready to move on to the next slide.
Go.
So go ahead.
All right. So first of all, Mindbody GLP-1 is not only a weight loss system. I already said that. It is not just another diet. And that is typed out that way on purpose because the first three letters of diet literally lead to parts inside of your body dying off, like proper microbiome, right, activity. How about hormones that shut down because of specific things we do sometimes to lose weight? And it is not something that is like you can put a microwave meal into the microwave and push go, and 2 minutes later you're eating something you think is food, but it's really not. And it's actually causing more problems from your microbiome for many different reasons, but it does not work overnight. Okay, so we have to help you understand the healing has to take place. This is damage that has gone wrong in your body up until now, because with the mind-body system, you're going to be healing and repairing those things that have gotten you into the cycle. It's a repetitive cycle. It's like you go on a diet, you lose some pounds, you go off that diet, you gain weight plus more generally back, right? And then you get into the cycle again, and it's a never-ending cycle. We want to stop the cycle. We want to stop the madness and the doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, the insanity.
Get off the bus, people.
Yeah. And so every single person's journey will be different. So please, first of all, this is something that we need to just in everything that we do in our lives. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. And let's get in the habit of celebrating someone else's victories without having in the back of our mind, oh, why isn't that happening for me? Why did they get it and I didn't get it? No, we need to get into the mindset of celebrating other people's wins and knowing and having the faith that it's going to happen for me too if I do my part. Because that's a big part about what we need to talk about tonight.
Oh, you mean there's responsibility involved? It's not just take the product and the product does all the work?
Yeah, no, it's not magic pills and powders.
Oh.
Even
magic beans, as Eric Worre would say?
Yeah, no, it's not. We all have a part to play in that. And if that makes sense to you, if you understand that, give us your favorite emoji in the comments or on Facebook in the comments here in Zoom in the chat. Let us know. It's like, do you agree with us that this is not a magic system? What it does is it gives the phenomenal being that you are, your body, the opportunity to get back to where it's supposed to be, into homeostasis or peace and calm, to where it can take care of itself, to where it can heal itself again, and then you can live a thriving life.
Mic drop on that,
Marcy. Boom, baby. Okay, so let's talk about phase 1, Dr. Meadows.
This is the printout. You guys should all have a copy of this. It is available in the hub. It is also available at lifestyle.lifevantage.com. This is called the What to Expect sheet. So print it out, get familiar with it, and we're going to take it in sections. So phase 1 is the ramp up and reset. But I'm going to read this because I've got a copy of this in my hand, and I love how they set this up, or how they set the stage for this. So I'm going to read this part that really jumped out of. Every part of you is as unique as your fingerprint. Do you mean not everybody's going to have the same experience on the MB system? That's exactly what it means. And it says, and your diet, genetics, and environment. Think of environment, internal and external, voluntary and involuntary, because there are some things in your environment you just cannot control. But there's a very, very long list of things in your environment, both internally and externally, that is within your control. Like everything that goes on your fork is under your control. So let's stop making excuses for what's not working for me. This isn't working. Let's just start taking accountability. So And it says your diet, genetics, and environment all play a role in how fast your body will adapt and optimize GLP-1 production. That's the exact thing it's doing. It's adapting and optimizing GLP-1 system, but it has to first ramp up and reset. So it says here, as the MB core activates, MB core, product one, the 2 capsules, activates, meaning it's helping your body turn back on the GLP-1 hormone, the MB enhance, the powder helps reset your gut to the right environment. What environment? The microbiome, the good bacteria that helps you break down the food that you're eating, proper elimination, proper hydration, proper motility, which is your gut, how well your gut is moving things through. What do they call it? A bowel movement. If it's not doing anything, it's not a bowel movement, it's a bowel
stoppage.
Stoppage, right? And that's not good. That is not good. You need to keep your bowel moving. So depending on your current microbiome and diet, it may take a while to clear out the bad and reseed the good. Kind of think of it like a garden or a field of harvest that resets. Then when one is harvest, they till it up, they get the soil ready, and then they replant and reseed. So you could experience mild side effects from digestive discomfort and weight fluctuations. Now, fluctuations mean you could gain weight, you could lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. That's what fluctuation means. To headaches as you start feeding your body differently. Also, achy joints, because that's a sign of dehydration. So there's a lot of moving parts. Kind of think of it, if you ever, when you were a kid, or even recently, if you, as an adult even, you like circuses, you know, the person that has all those sticks and has balancing plates on the top, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of balancing plates in this entire system. So we've got to focus on it, but we got to give it time to ramp up and reset. Spread your scoops out during the day, or reduce the dose and increase gradually for as long as you need to. Hydration is, what does that say?
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
And I don't even agree with what they say right here.
Well, that's aim to drink at least.
I know.
So think about this. Most people don't even drink that much.
Right.
So if you aim, that is not in its total.
That's for
a
128
good start,
pound person.
But focus on your scale. If you have a bathroom scale, you don't have to jump up on it. You can step up on it lightly. But whatever the number reads, take half that number, and that's the minimum amount of water, plain water. You mix Axio with it, can't count it. It's no longer water, it's Axio. Half your body weight in plain water every 24 hours. That's what hydration looks like. So, but aim to drink at least 64 ounces of water. If everybody did that, we'd have a lot less problems. But celebrate your non-scale wins, your measurements, your clothes fitting better, how you feel,
sleeping better.
Sleeping better, what your mirror tells you when you're looking at the eyeballs of the person who's staring back at you all the time. SMART goals, you know what those are: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time sensitive. That's what SMART is, an acronym there. Making better choices and feeling more energy and less hungry. All important. But look at that. That's going to take between 4 and 6 weeks to get you through this phase 1. So give it time.
Yeah, so in this first 6 weeks, really be focusing on hydration, because hydration can either make or break your microbiome. If you're not drinking enough water, first of all, you don't have like the extended, and I'm not saying like pulled out or anything like that, bowel, but the actually fully functioning capabilities of your intestines and all that kind of stuff, because you're basically trying to push things through maybe a dehydrated banana instead of a hydrated one. I'm just talking about how when we don't have enough water in our system, our organs, we're asking them to do a lot without their full function.
True.
You have to have enough hydration. And a lot of the times, guys, I think a lot of people have complained about getting more hungry, which this could also be because you're taking your old thinking and understanding to being, you know, that you're hungry and you're feeding off of what your brain says. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Where in all reality, we have to retrain it to where it's like, am I hungry or am I really actually almost dehydrated? Because a lot of the times we mistake hunger or dehydration for hunger. So make sure that you're drinking enough water. Plus, when you start to break down fat, You have all of the toxins that the fat has been holding on
Mhm.
to that's being released out into your system. And if you're not drinking enough water, it will create more problems inside of your gut. It will create more problems in your joints. It will create more headaches. It will create all of these things that we don't want you to be experiencing. And so if you're experiencing any of it, I will tell you, look at your hydration and do an evaluation. And you will more than likely be able to solve the situation or help someone that you're talking to, whether it's a customer or it's a consultant. You can help them understand that it's like, hey, maybe you just need to be drinking more water because you're dehydrated, right?
I think it's way beyond a maybe. It's a definitive.
Yeah.
That's why it says water is, our hydration is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. There is no playing around. Think of it. I'm gonna give you a visual. Did you ever go to a carnival when you were a kid and you throw a dart and you pop the balloon and they give you this nice bag with a goldfish in it? And then you go home when you get the goldfish. Imagine taking that goldfish out of the bowl and putting it on the counter. What is that goldfish going to start doing? It's going to start gasping, right? Because it's out of water. What happens to a fish out of water? It dies. Imagine what's happening. Every part of your body is required, mandatory that there's water. So start drinking water. I think we pounded the water message home, but
Yeah.
it's that important. It's non-negotiable.
Well, and one of the things too, I want people to understand, and Teresa asked a good question about it, is that if you're having issues with constipation when you're first getting started and you're not able to move your bowel and all that kind of stuff, increase that water 100%. And you might need to back off the 4 scoops of the Enhance and do maybe just 2. Or maybe do 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon until you can really get your gut back on track
Ramp that
to,
up.
yes, to be able to work properly and then work its way up. It's like for me personally, there's only been 1 day that I've ever taken all 4 scoops at once. I've had it 2 in the morning and 2 in the later afternoon this whole time, just because I know my gut, I know the difficulties that I have had, and this has actually helped me heal my gut to where I'm more regular than I've ever been in my whole entire life. TMI, I'm sure. But if I'm talking to you, you know what I'm talking about. And I want you to have hope, to stay the course. Drink the water, people. Drink all the water, right? And then, if you play around with those scoops, right? Do 1 and then 1, and then you can work it up to 3, and then you can work it up to the 4, right? But it's going to work for you.
It is.
Stay the course. Okay.
Absolutely it is. And then phase 2, weeks 6 through 10, better balance. Better balance, meaning you're still working on balance. So as you take the Mindbody GLP-1 system every day, your body's becoming more activated. You'll notice better digestion as your gut balance improves, meaning the gut balance, the microbiome, the gut bacteria, better balancing, hydration, etc. You get used to more fiber. If you're not used to fiber, especially if you're not used to eating good and you don't have good fiber sources, well, here's the thing. If you don't have good fiber sources, then your probiotic is eating your food.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another reason why you're having a problem, because your microbiome, your gut bacteria has been eating your food. It's supposed to help you digest your food, not eat it for you. But if there's nothing for that bacteria to eat, it's going to eat what you eat. So there needs to be fiber. Fiber is mandatory. Fiber keeps things moving just like water. So your GLP-1 and your hunger hormone levels, they're balancing out, making your mind-body connection stronger and your cravings quieter. So it's easier to make healthy, mindful choices. Absolutely. And if you don't know what food noise is and quieting your cravings, you will once this starts working for you. And if it's not yet doing it, it's still ramping up and resetting, and you're getting closer and closer to balance. But stay consistent and connected with your goals. If you're still waiting for weight loss, and that we're a lot of people that are talking about this recently, because everybody we're talking to is just within that first, or they just completed their first 30 days. And some lost weight, some gained weight, some were constipated, some were like crazy going out of their minds, because everybody's losing weight except me. It's this whole system takes time. So if you're waiting for weight loss, remember it took time for you to get where you are. So it's going to take time to heal. As Marcy said, progress is a result of smart choices over time, combined with optimal activation. And remember, everyone's experience is going to be just as unique as their fingerprint. So give it time.
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. I mean, one person could like be through with phase 1 in like 2 weeks time period because they didn't have a problem with their gut health or have any real damage or anything that they needed to restore. So as we're going through this, be thinking about where you're at in your journey with your mind body system and let us know, hey, I feel like I'm in phase 1, or hey, I feel like I'm in phase 2. And as we go through, let us know where you feel like you are, because when you come through this, and this is where I really want to hone in on what we kind of made a little funny crack about. Oh, you mean you gotta, it's not a magic pill and you've got to actually take some responsibility?
Mhm.
You do.
You do.
You do. And so if you want this to work for you, I would challenge you, quit making excuses and start making changes, right? Make those changes in drinking that water and not making excuse or being negative about how you can't drink water. Just know that your body's going to thank you. You're going to feel so much better. And so if you have to set yourself reminders to drink water, if you have to get yourself a gallon jug or a big old jug like I have and carry it around with you all of the time and making sure that you're counting how many times you're filling it up throughout the day, right? And then if you are, and yes, Patty, great question. If you're tired, is that a form of dehydration? It absolutely can be. Absolutely. Drink more water. It's like a natural energy, right? I mean, you don't need a Monster. You don't need coffee. You need to drink more water, right? And then on top of that, if you're still tired, it might be because your body needs more protein. So make sure that you're getting enough protein. And so just know that there are changes that you need to make in your lifestyle to be able to give you the long-term wellness and results that the mind body system can help you have. Okay, it's going to do its part. It will never fail you. You have to do your part too. So drink more water, manage your stress, maybe learn some breathing exercises, that kind of stuff if you're in stressful situations a lot. Make sure that you're focused in thinking about the food that you're putting in your body, lean protein, good fats, good carbs, and just really being conscious of that, because that's your part. And getting rest. Make sure that you're getting some good sleep. Try to get, that 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you can, right? So you do have a part to play with this. And so that is a huge part of the proper expectations, is that if you want to move through these phases and have that success, you have to be an active participant.
Yes.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Said it well.
All right. Phase
Now we're
3.
on to phase 3. So this is going to take you through the 10th through the 14th week, ideally. And what is this whole phase? Activation optimized. So keep in mind, there's going to, because of how phenomenal this product is, this mind body system, a lot of people are going to be, the first experience that they have with activation is going to be this mind body system. We're hoping all of them take NRF2 as well and the collagen, and they get on the premium stack. But some people are just going to do the mind body system, and activation is a new thing for them. So as their body starts, more and more of the pathways start to be activated, as that optimization happens, they're going to get better results. But as the microbiome starts to flourish and the GLP-1 activation starts to optimize, the difference becomes noticeable. So in the MB Enhance, with the fiber and the starch and the kombucha, it's literally reprogramming the entire microbiome, the gut-brain axis. And maybe, just maybe, especially if the person we're talking about has been on any kind of an antibiotic in the last 5 years, then they're really optimizing, and maybe even for the first time ever, optimizing the function of their microbiome. That takes time, but it's going to start where the results are actually going to start getting significant benefits. So optimal GLP-1 leads to a healthier relationship with food, choosing smaller portions because they're satiated. Again, protein's a big part of that, and they're eating less. The clinical study showed noticeable weight loss results over the span of 12 weeks, an average of 25 pounds lost. Or if you kind of want to take this week by week by week, an average of 1 to 2 pounds per week lost on average for the duration. So if you're not losing 1 to 2 pounds in the beginning because you're resetting and you're ramping up, or you're getting the balance, and in this case you're activating, it's optimizing it. So weight loss results will vary, but during this phase you should also start seeing changes in your body composition, or a difference in how your clothes fit, what you feel like. Again, the measurements, people telling you, oh my gosh, You look different. The lady at church today, hadn't seen her for a while. She's like, we walked up and we said hello. She's like, oh my gosh. She was pointing. She goes, you look so good. So people are going to start noticing whether you notice or not, because you see yourself 24/7. People that haven't seen you for a while are going to notice right away, because the last memory they have of you is different than the person they're seeing now. You just look different. Great conversation started and said, well, I need to tell you about what I've been doing. It's a great way to, especially now for the holidays, going into the holidays, going into the new year, people. So we have the solution for the resolution that people are making, and activation optimize is this phase 3.
And you jump started your resolution, right? Yeah,
Clear.
I love it. You're so funny. I love it. But you know what? Phase 3 actually goes right along with explaining what happened in that clinical study. This whole thing, the proper expectations, because in the first 8 weeks, the participants on average lost 8 pounds, right? So that's 1 pound a week. But then the next 4 weeks, they lost the rest of that up to the 25 pounds, right? So that's like 17 additional pounds in that last week or 4 weeks time period. Okay. So just know that even in the clinical study, they had the same thing going on, to where it was slow in the beginning,
ramping up,
and then
and
then it ramped up, and it took
activation.
off. I wish I would like to know how all of those people are doing now, if they continued on or what their story is. But yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get that. And then phase 4.
Phase 4, and this is from weeks 15 on, as long as you're getting this product in your body. And we're kind of looking at it this way. And this is a really, really key part for people that are looking at the budget. They're looking at the cost. They're looking at the subscription cost. And what they're thinking, most people, this is where we can remind them, they're looking at adding that 179 onto their budget. And sometimes they're already on a limited budget. What people don't understand, and what we really need to focus on this, is in this live activated section, is that your subscription, the cost you're paying, including tax and shipping, is going to more than pay for itself on the food you're no longer eating. This is something, so I don't know how we want to word this, but you could literally, the money you're saving in the food you're no longer buying, because you're not eating seconds, your portions are smaller, you're not snacking, you're not having all these food cravings, you're saving money in the food you're no longer spending or buying, which is going to absorb and then some the whole entire cost of this MB system. Let's really focus on that, because it's true. And people can see they're going to save money in food, and they're going to get healthier, and they're going to restore the relationship with food. And oh, by the way, you're probably going to lose some weight too, and look better in your clothes moving into the new year. And people are going to be wondering what you did. And that's where your customers and your consultants in your business are going to come from, because they're seeing your results. Live this thing out, give it time. So live activated, keep taking your products and sticking to an activated lifestyle. It's the key to keeping your GLP-1 at optimal levels. Long term, you're supporting your cardiovascular health, a better night's sleep, more energy, a balanced mood, and much more, so you can live activated. Who wouldn't want all of that? That's the kind of life experience you can have and will have when your GLP-1 hormone and your relationship with food and maximizing your gut-brain axis is all happening for you, my friends. This is so critically important.
Yeah, and now knowing what to expect with the GLP-1 system, you'll be able to start helping people understand this before they even get started, so that they are on this, proper expectations journey, and understanding that, hey, I'm a partner with GLP-1. I'm going to be making the good choices because I want the best results. And I love the form that they created for us. And again, you can find this at hub.lifevantage.com underneath the product information on the TFR board. It's in there, biohackingaging.com. As well as the lifestyle.lifevantage.com page. And I love to comment that Beth made here on Zoom. She said that it's best to find what kind of water bottle works best for you. She will only drink water out of a straw, so she has to have a water bottle with a straw, right? So check that out. Try it. I'm sure you have multiple different things that you could choose from in your own house, whether it's out of a regular cup, whether it is out of more of a sippy water bottle, or the ones that have like the straw aspect on it, like mine does.
Foldable straw.
Yeah. And so, yeah, great point there, Beth. So I'm going to stop the share here. And if you're on Zoom with us, We'd love to see your faces. And if you have questions, we'd love to be able to help with those questions. And if you're on Facebook, please, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments so that we can get to your questions. Does anybody here on Zoom have questions?
No, I wanted, as I was that last slide, the fourth phase to go from weeks 15 and beyond. That's where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing, so I'm feeling like I'm starting this whole thing over again because I've gone through the first 14 to 15 weeks, and now I'm realizing I need more protein than I've been getting in. I need more water than I've been getting in. I need more physical activity than I specifically weight-bearing exercise, resistance exercise than I had in the first 12 to 13 to 14 weeks because I got through that phase. Now I feel like it's a whole new phase because I'm having a different response. I'm kind of plateauing out. And as far as the weight loss is concerned, the scale's been stuck for probably
because you don't have any,
weeks
that's
right
the
now.
thing is that you don't have any more fat to lose. And so, because he doesn't, I've actually told him, I'm like, Dondi, it's okay. We're good. We're done. Right. And so it's like our bodies are so smart that when you use this system, you're not going to get into an unhealthy situation to where you're just going to keep losing weight. That's not what's happening.
But yeah,
you know,
I'm feeling my
but what
body's
he has to do,
giving me different signals now than I did initially.
yeah, because the fat's gone. And so now you need to be putting that extra protein in your body, doing the weight workouts and all those kinds of things. So it's a continuous journey, right? It's for the rest of our lives. So does anybody on here have any questions that's here with us on Zoom? No?
If you've got questions on Facebook too, go ahead and type it in and we'll do our best to manage both ways.
But we're only going to be on here for a couple minutes if nobody's going to answer up for questions, okay? All right, anybody? All right, not on Zoom, and it doesn't look like it on Facebook either. So, all right, guys. So this is Thanksgiving week. You're going to be around a lot of people, right? And so make sure that you aren't shy. Be bold. Be sharing what you have. This is the time of gratitude, and you can share what you're grateful for on the journey that you're on. And it just might be enticing to someone that you're sitting there over the turkey dinner and all of the fixings, right? When your plate only has half full and theirs is like overflowing. So you never know what kind of a solution you're going to be able to offer people over this holiday. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We love and appreciate you. And we pray that
there is a question from
good.
Anela coming in.
Great.
Should you only take the tablets in the morning? That is the best recommendation. So
that is the only recommendation.
Yeah, well, let me finish. So the only exception to that would maybe somebody who works graveyard shift, where their morning is opposite of someone else. So if you are a normal diurnal person, meaning you're awake during the day and you sleep at night, absolutely yes, because you want to start your metabolism the correct way. You want to start the GLP-1 activation the correct way, meaning, and the best time to do it is when you wake up, empty stomach, take them then, wait at least 30 to 45 minutes. So yes, in the morning, I would highly recommend, because then you're starting your metabolism, you're starting the whole day, and you've got the rest of the day to look forward to before you start calories. So yes, that's why it's recommended that way.
And then Teresa was asking if one is taking in 150 grams of protein, is that too much in phase 1 and 2? I wouldn't, I mean, if you can get that much in you, it's like I shoot for like 100 to 130, just because sometimes protein, it's hard to get enough in there. But what do you think about 150 grams of protein in phase 1 and phase 2?
If that's according to their BMI, it's going to be based on your BMI. So that's what
Can you explain that?
So BMI is, and if you go to calculator.net, you can figure out your BMI. It's going to ask your height, it's going to ask your weight, it's going to ask your age, and it's going to give you what your BMI is. And anything above 26 is going to be, and this is also maybe have people tell you what their BMI is. Send people the link to calculator.net, have them tell you what their BMI is. Anything above 26 is going to be a perfect candidate for our MB system. So it'll tell you how many grams of protein. As you figure that out, it's going to tell you what your daily caloric intake should be, how many grams of protein, and all those kinds of things for your specific BMI. So that is what, and so it's really, the question is, I'm assuming if that question is based on, that's congruent with BMI, then absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So another question here is having a lot of diarrhea or loose stool normal, saying that some of her preferred customers and herself experienced that. And I think that it can be part of the process. Yeah. As you're healing your gut, it can absolutely be part of the process.
Yeah. So, and so it's the extremes. There's, I've had quite a few people with diarrhea quite a few people with constipation that like they literally haven't had a bowel movement in 3 or 4 days. And as a result, they put on 3 or 4 or 5 pounds. So whatever you're not eliminating and getting out of you is staying within you. You keep eating, you're gaining weight. And so that's the thing. Hydration is important, but this is the thing. Everybody, so if you, I'm going to just make it as simple as possible. If you took 140-year-old people that weighed 140 pounds and they're eating the same things and they're all the same height and they're all the same weight and they're all the same age, you're going to have 100 different experiences because everybody's starting at the same place. Think of it again like your fingerprints. So if you're doing everything right, you're getting enough water, you're getting enough protein, you're eating right, you're following the MB system and you have diarrhea, just trust in your body that part of the process is getting toxins out. Because toxins is what diarrhea is toxin getting out of your body. So think of it this way: as your body breaks down fat cells, fat cells is a wonderful place for your body to protect you from toxins. And so as your body starts to break down the fat, releases the toxins into the blood supply, you're going to have extra urination, you're going to have bowel movements. That's your body's way of detoxing. If you're not hydrated, you're going to keep those toxins in, expect to have some headaches, some achy joints, some constipation. So hydration is critically important. But if you're staying hydrated and you're having diarrhea or loose stools, all the more reason to stay hydrated because your body's getting rid of a lot of liquid when that's happening. Make sure you're replenishing that. But it's also extremes: diarrhea on one end, constipation on the other end. Both people, and you can have them as you're going through the process. Both are normal. It's just what your body's hierarchy of needs is. Maybe some of them is going to get rid of the toxins first. Others are going to heal something else in your gut first, so you can eliminate properly. So, and until that process happens, you're going to be retaining stuff. You're going to be, maybe start feeling like you're impacted. You're not having bowel movements because your gut is healing, so it can release it all out. So don't question it. Just give it time. But great questions, and realize somebody else may have the exact opposite experience as you. Both are normal based on whatever your body's needs are and that person's body's needs.
Early on, I had some of that experience myself, and I know it's because I was very toxic. And then, like now, the weeks that we're at, it's like every once in a while, I'll have a little bit of a loose stool, and I will realize it's because of something that I had decided to eat that was not good for me, that my body was basically rejecting, right? So that was one. So yeah, there's another
Patty has a
there.
question. I had someone say they're allergic to stevia. Would constipation be an allergic thing for them? It very well could be, because think about this, and I'm just going to use sushi because this is my classic example. I love sushi, but I've had two really, really, really bad experiences with sushi in my life where I had diarrhea and vomiting for days. And what was my body doing? Getting rid of that thing that was, it was somewhere. I didn't taste bad, but there was obviously something in it that was bad for me. So yes, Paula, that could be a situation. If somebody's allergic to stevia, so I would just kind of reduce the dose a little bit. And there's difference between allergic and sensitive. So allergic can be like an anaphylactic reaction where you don't want to play with that. This, for somebody who may be literally allergic to one or more of the ingredients, it might not be a good system for them because of their allergy. But here's the thing. Sometimes an allergy can just be an abnormal sensitivity based on an abnormal reaction by the immune system that, if given enough time, given enough activation, given enough detox, may completely turn around. Because I found people that say they're allergic to something, they are like some people that are allergic to some of our 5 botanicals. It's come up more in our Protandim NRF2. Someone says, I'm allergic to ashwagandha, I'm allergic to green tea. Well, there's such a small amount in it. Maybe you're just hypersensitive because you're having an abnormal immune response because your immune system's not working or it's too sensitive. Give it time. And it's like, oh my gosh, it took a while. I started having a reaction. My body got used to it. Now I'm not having a problem with it. Your body just needs to adapt in some cases. But if it's happening over and over and over again and it's getting worse, then I would change something. But could it be that way? Yeah, everything is possible. And so to answer your question, Patty, it very well could be.
So thoughts on taking magnesium for constipation?
Magnesium is one of those very key electrolytes. So calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, they're all important. And so could taking magnesium for constipation? Sure, that's what the milk of magnesia. I don't know where I said that, but anyway, yes, it's possible. So could that help? Sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Any other questions? Okay, I think we got it. Let's end there. All right. All right, guys, have a great night. We appreciate you being here with us, and make sure that you tag people in the post on the team page so that they can get these answers and proper expectations too. Just know where that's at and share it with those people that are on the Mindbody system.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.